1. Charles never learned to love himself, nor did death tremble to take him. He came to do what he was supposed to, yet left without a clue. But what about you? Why have you come? The ones who inspired you don't have any answers to the real questions. It's you who are the enigma, not life. It's not them who are the problem either. They've done nothing wrong. We're glad you've seen it is all your projections that you used to believe were real. That's the cause of your twisted world. The rest are completely innocent. How can they be guilty if they know not what they do, just like you? The migraine woke you early to a cup of coffee and the pen. You're so glad you put down the bottle, the drugs, and the pain. It hurt for only a little while, enough to get your attention. Now you don't even need a Nurofen to feel okay. Acceptance is a better solution than self-hate. Why not write something that can cure people instead of prolonging their agony? All you need to do is discover the love that you truly are and be that. You don't have to do anything more. That's better than anything you can say. You are merely writing about a process for hungry eyes to read. It's just a menu for those who suffer like you once did. You can't eat the words, folks. They won't satisfy. If anything, it will make you more hungry. In the end, you'll know the dark night was a good thing, too. Yes, your legs are still sore, but what can you do? When you see that person in a wheelchair, you're glad it's not you. That's when you get grateful and get on with what you must do. There is no point in complaining or making yourself feel blue. I'll just write. I'm not trying to win a poetry contest. This just came out of nowhere and took on a life of its own. You have no one to talk to, so welcome back to the page. I like it here. At least it makes sense. It's not chock full of bullshit and fluff. Now, there is no more pain to spew. I cried the river dry. There is just a silent reality that's looking through my eyes. A hermetic dawning that words can't describe, like a tunnel into another world as the traffic passes by. 3. Now I'm on the bus in a traffic jam, but it doesn't matter because I got no plans. The moment is always structured. There's no need to be bored. There's only thoughts to play with. There are no chores. The crows kept me company as I strolled along. How much I love to listen to their song. They say ravens are a bad omen, but it's not true. They got a shitload of things they can gift you. Now, I'm sitting on a wall, taking puffs of a vape. The cigarettes and cigars are gone, along with the self-hate. The consciousness levels are much lower in this town. Still, there's no need for me to adapt their frowns. You've been all the way on the other side of the world. Doesn't matter where you roam, it's no less absurd. It's just links on the evolutionary chain. Don't let them drive you insane. For, yeah, it's nice to be writing again. Now I got something else to bring. There's only so much you can play guitar and sing. You need variety to keep your expression fresh. It's easy to get tired of looking at the same face. I don't like whimsy, flowery words that cannot speak, verses of nothing that you forget, doesn't make you think or want to emulate. It doesn't propel you toward your fate. It just keeps them amused or creates attitudes. I'm never going to sit down with them and trade platitudes. The judgments don't bother me. This is what I have to say. It need only make sense to me at the end of the day. 5. Become as simple as possible. That's the key to life. It's people who make it complicated for themselves. It doesn't have to be that hard. You don't need to rush in and make a complete mess. Slow down. Stop thinking every now and then. Listen instead of talking. That's Zen. 6. Isn't it strange the way you change and grow? The way you learn from yourself? The way you must eventually face all the crap you shelved? Because if you don't make the right choice this time, you'll be destined to have to go through it again. But the good news is, there does come a time when you reach the end. It just happens because it was meant to, because you were ready, although you didn't know you were. You've never been in this alone. That's absurd. Just look at the stars and the world, and you'll see there is a plan. Otherwise, it all means nothing, not just your own life. What do you think you're worth? Look what had to happen to bring your soul here. It's beyond understanding, so don't fear. Don't concern yourself if the rest haven't figured it out. It's none of your business what they do if they choose to go down the spout. Tune into the higher frequencies. Raise your vibration. Contemplation of the divine is the sweetest sensation. Be mindful of your intention always. That's how you're going to be able to keep wearing that smile. Do it for yourself. It's your skin. Not being able to live in it is the sin. It's a temporary manifestation of flesh and bone, but you still must make sure that it feels like home. See? We can rhyme too. 7. That's not it. They aren't the ones. This situation doesn't fit. Still haven't found where I belong. Then I see it. The shores come into view. You finally realize that it's you. You are who you were searching for all along. The magic is in singing your own song. Now it's time to learn how to play as a one-man band. You're a new man. The solitude ends. You found your best friend. It's bliss to be in love with you. Now you can give yourself everything you expected the world to give. Now you can live. There's no more blame or shame, no more pain, nothing or no one to bring you down. There's no more hate, a changing fate when you wear your crown. Setting sail on a new voyage into destiny go. The world is waiting to learn from everything you know. Demonstrate your sublime transformation. That's better than information. You don't need to say you've changed. Baby, you just aren't the same. Don't look back again. 8. All those years, and I just found out how Kerouac died. I remembered the way my ex-girlfriend used to sing his praise. It made me feel sad, but then I felt glad that I didn't go on to the bitter end like him, like so many of them, the world's heroes. It's easy to take yourself too seriously, to believe your self-hype, to indulge the romantic path of destruction. I hope they'll wake up and see that for what it is, then get their ass into a 12-step program. It's not romantic when you're dead. You're just dead and soon forgotten. I don't really care that much, so don't be stupid. 9. I just write for myself. I don't do this to get published or for recognition. Yes, that is somewhere in my mind. Yes, it has its own value, but it's much deeper than that. It's coming from my soul. Is it something me and the gods planned before I came here? One day I realized that self-will is the God's thing in disguise. I wake up feeling restless, like there's something I'm supposed to do, But when I think about playing guitar or going for a walk, that's not it. Then I pick up the pen after saying a prayer. Show me what to do. The older I get, the more I see where the meaning really is. I write it my own way, in my own words, my own style. Isn't it a mystery how the gods create beings that deny their existence? You know why some people don't like to say God? It's too close to home, too personal. It's a threat to their sense of self. The atheist hasn't really thought things through thoroughly enough. That type of hypothesis comes from the surface. It's skin deep. There is always some form of hurt or anger behind it, some out of control arrogance, some massive disillusionment. It's okay. We love them regardless. It's the spiritual stuff. That's what people have needed the most to get through. The literary giants aren't that big. No one really cares what Oscar Wilde said now. They're never even heard of this. They don't know who he is. 10. It can sometimes seem futile, meaningless, insignificant, unimportant. But there is still your life to live. So live it fearlessly. Embrace where it takes you. There's no why to it. It's just something you do. If you're seeking answers, then you're thinking about it too much. Does a bird think about its song? Does it know how beautiful its melody is? Do you know how beautiful you are? No painter could do you justice. That lifeless daub on the canvas just doesn't compare. Yes, that masterpiece is worth millions, but you are priceless. You're sublime. You're rare. 11. The dysfunctional artist who takes it to the grave has become cliché. The madmen are boring. Rebellion and angst have lost their flavor. It doesn't shock. It doesn't have any impact. It's been overdone. What was it? A youthful thing? Now it's the kids who are old. When you look at another person, see them through the eyes of being to the end. Contemplate the stages of life. Watch each flower bloom, then fade. See that it doesn't last, that you can't cling or grasp, that you're only here for a while. Even if you come back again, all you can do is laugh. You can't escape. You're here to play your role till the show ends. You didn't write the script. You're just part of the production. So, go and win that Oscar, that Grammy, those literary prizes, if that's your function. Raise those children. Play those games. Forgive yourself for all the mistakes you've made. Get on with what you came here to do. It is and isn't up to you.